Welcome to Screen Hollywood, the home of movie news and entertainment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Welcome back to Screen Hollywood. I'm your host, Adam. If you're new here, join the Hollywood family and hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, and hype button. And bookmark and subscribe to our news publication at screenhollywood.com. Today is a big one. I've been to see Project Hail Mary, and I am still trying to process what I just witnessed. For years, ever since Andy Weir's novel hit the shelves, sci-fi fans have been holding their breath. We saw what Ridley Scott did with The Martian, and we've been wondering, can lightning strike twice? Can you take a story that is so deeply rooted in physics, biology, and solo internal monologue and make it work on the big screen? Well, the short answer is yes. The longer answer? This might be the most rewarding cinematic experience I've had in years. Directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, the duo who usually give us high-energy comedy or groundbreaking animation, this film proves they are absolute masters of tone. They took one of the most beloved sci-fi books of the 21st century and turned it into a visual and emotional powerhouse. I'm going to break down my experience firsthand. We're going to talk about Ryan Gosling's performance, the incredible realization of the alien Rocky, and how the film handles the hard science without losing the casual audience. This is a spoiler-free review, but I have a lot to say about why this movie is exactly what the box office needed right now. The movie starts exactly how it needed to, in total, jarring confusion. We wake up with Ryland Grace, played by Ryan Gosling. He's in a sterile, white room, hooked up to machines, and he has absolutely no idea who he is, where he is, or why he's there. The amnesia trope can be a bit of a cliché in Hollywood, but here it's handled with such surgical precision. Watching Gosling navigate those first 20 minutes is a masterclass in solo acting. He's talking to himself, he's talking to a computer, and he's slowly piecing together his own identity. Lord and Miller use the camera to make us feel his disorientation. We are learning the rules of this world at the exact same time he is. What I loved about this opening was the pacing. The movie doesn't rush to get to the action. It lets the mystery breathe. You see him realize he's on a spaceship. You see him realize his crewmates are dead. And then comes the big realization. He is millions of miles away from Earth, and he is the only one left to complete a mission he can't even remember yet. The tension in the theater was palpable. You could hear a pin drop because we were all strapped into that bunk with him, feeling that same cold, creeping dread. Let's talk about Ryan Gosling. We've seen him as the quiet, cool guy in Drive, and we've seen him as the comedic genius in Barbie, but Project Hail Mary requires something totally different. He has to play a man who is brilliant, terrified, and fundamentally a teacher. Ryland Grace isn't a superhero. He's a middle school science teacher who was essentially kidnapped and sent into space because he's a genius in molecular biology. Gosling captures that unlikely hero energy perfectly. He brings a sense of wonder to the science. When he's solving a problem, using math to figure out the gravity of the ship or the distance to a star, he makes it feel like an adventure. There's a specific kind of charisma required to carry a movie when you're the only person on screen for a huge chunk of the runtime. Gosling has it in spades. He makes Grace's sciencing out of problems feel cinematic. You find yourself cheering for a guy doing a titration experiment because Gosling sells the stakes so well. If he fails this calculation, the sun dies and humanity with it. It's heavy stuff, but he keeps it light with that signature dry wit that Andy Weir fans will recognize immediately. Now we have to talk about the biggest hurdle this movie had to clear. Rocky. For those who haven't read the book, I won't give away too much, but Rocky is a non-humanoid alien from the Tau Ceti system. In the book, Rocky is a fan favorite, but I was worried about how he'd look on screen. Would he look like a cheap CGI spider, or a puppet from a 90s B-movie? I am so happy to tell you that Rocky is a triumph of visual effects and character design. He feels tangible, he feels alien, but most importantly, he feels real. The way Lord and Miller handled the communication between Grace and Rocky, using musical chords and a translation software that evolves over time, is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in sci-fi. Watching the friendship develop between these two beings from different stars is the emotional heart of the movie. It's not just a survival story, It's a buddy cop movie where one partner is a five-legged rock being that eats through its skin. The theater was laughing, then they were crying, and then they were cheering. The chemistry between a live actor and a digital alien has never been this convincing. Rocky isn't just a sidekick, he's the co-lead of the film, and he steals every single scene he's in. Visually, Project Hail Mary is a feast. Lord and Miller have clearly stepped up their game. The ship, the Hail Mary, feels lived in and functional. It's not a sleek, futuristic palace. It's a pressurized tin can built in a hurry by a desperate Earth. But when the movie goes outside, it's breathtaking. The depictions of the astrophage, the sun-eating microbes, and the way they look like golden threads in the solar system is stunning. There are shots of the star Petrova that made my jaw drop. And the science! Look, I'm not a physicist, but the movie makes me feel like one. It respects the audience's intelligence. It explains complex concepts like relativity, fuel consumption, and alien biology without ever feeling like a lecture. It follows the Andy Weir rule: show the problem, show the math, show the solution. It's a celebration of human, and Iridian, ingenuity. In a world of movies where problems are solved by magic or the power of love, it is so refreshing to see a movie where the hero has to actually think his way out of a corner. Interspersed with the deep space survival are the flashbacks to Earth. We see the world slowly realizing that the sun is dimming. We see the global panic, and we see the character of Eva Strat. I won't say who plays her, but she is the perfect foil to Ryland Grace. While Grace is the heart, Strat is the cold, hard logic of survival. She is the one who puts the mission together, and her scenes provide the necessary weight to Grace's journey. Every time we jump back to Earth, we are reminded of why Grace is out there in the dark. We see the stakes. We see the dying crops and the cooling climate. These scenes could have felt like a distraction from the space action, but instead, they provide the narrative fuel. They explain how a middle school teacher ended up on an interstellar suicide mission. The contrast between the chaotic political Earth and the quiet, focused environment of the ship works beautifully. It grounds the high-concept sci-fi in a very real, very human tragedy. So, what is my final verdict? Project Hail Mary is a masterpiece. It's as simple as that. It's a movie that balances humor, high-stakes tension, and a deeply moving story about friendship across the cosmos. It's the kind of movie that makes you want to go out and learn about the stars. Phil Lord and Christopher Miller have taken a book that many thought was unfilmable and turned it into the best sci-fi film since Interstellar. Ryan Gosling gives a career-defining performance, and Rocky is an instant icon of the genre. The movie ends on a note that is both satisfying and thought-provoking. I walked out of that theater feeling inspired. In an industry that is currently obsessed with sequels, reboots, and cinematic universes, Project Hail Mary stands alone as a testament to original storytelling and the power of scientific curiosity. If you like sci-fi, go see it. If you like great acting, go see it. If you just want to see a movie that makes you feel good about the universe, go see it. I'm giving this a solid 5 out of 5 stars. It's the real deal. But I want to hear from you. Have you read the book? Are you excited to see Rocky on the big screen? And do you think Ryan Gosling was the right choice for Ryland Grace? Drop a comment down below and let's get the conversation started. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Screen Hollywood for more first-hand reviews and the truth behind the industry. I'm Adam, and I'll see you in the next one.